This is the discussion board for week 7. My name is Christine Torres. For this week's discussion board, we were given several terms to define and explain and prove our understanding and knowledge of each. The first term is dichotomy. The definition of dichotomy is the difference between government and elected officials producing or establishing policy changes or establishing a new policy, and having government officials actually implement those changes. So meaning, let's say they do a policy for a budget, I guess is an example, and having the government officials actually abide by that budget or the guidelines for a particular policy or a rule. Next, we have federalism, which is the distribution and organization of power. So federalism could be incorporated into any workplace. You have your upper management or superiors, and then it kind of just trickles down into the workers. So organization of power, the higher up the ladder you go, the more power they have, more authority, and the further down you go down the chain, the less power, such as a rookie or a newcomer, they have the least amount of power. So I would say that federalism is, in the government stance, organization of power, so that trickles down into almost any and every workplace environment. Next, we have bureaucracy, and bureaucracy is where most of the important decisions are made by state officials rather than the elected representatives or elected officials. So basically, to explain that, it would be the state individuals who run the state who are making the final decisions for the people of the state rather than the elected officials. They're the ones that are pretty much calling the shots. Leadership is both a skill and an ability that one must obtain in order to do the job well. Leadership is a very difficult task because it has to be done respectfully but also authoritatively to get your workers to do what you need them to do and get it done in a timely manner and to get it done correctly the first time. So leadership is a little bit more difficult to explain. It's just a person that is in charge and basically tells other people what to do or what is expected of them. And a good leader will do it respectfully and thoroughly to where everyone knows their task and knows how to do it and understands the task. Lastly, we have decision making. Decision making is pretty much a thing of life. Every day you wake up, you make a decision on what you're going to do for the day, go to work, what you do at work. But decision making is also a very precise task that you do, that everybody does, but especially in government and politics, it's definitely imperative. That's all their job is decision making. For example, I guess we could go back to the budget example. Deciding on a budget and deciding what cuts need to be made, where revenue needs to be established. So decision making is definitely a task and it is a skill to do it correctly.